Page 36, the Gypsy Camp. It's a fun piece. At the top of page 36, they're giving you a little piece there dealing with what they call finger legato. Finger legato is when you're simply using the fingers to connect the notes. We do it all the time. So if you read these 16th notes up here very slowly, watch the fingering. It's got one flat in it. Bring the thumb down to the F. Cross over and lift up and go again. In the second line, it's now it's an F major scale. And it's just an idea that you can do the Hannon books. I have them on my Amazon page where I'll link to them. You can see what they're just a lot of fingery stuff. Works the fingers. They're fun. Charney, and again I have a link in my Amazon page to the Charney book, and that again a bunch of fingery stuff. That can be fun when you just want to sit down and you just want to work the fingers. That's the stuff to do. Similar to this. The problem I have with this kind of thing is it only works one hand, and it needs to be both. So what you can do is simply play the 16th notes of both hands. You have to work out the fingering for the left hand, but you can do that. Etc. Work both hands if you're going to do that. I want to talk about Gypsy Camp. Here we go. 2/4 time in the key of E minor. 1 sharp, F sharps. In the right hand. Rhythm. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. It's tied. The B is tied. You play it once, yeah. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and the rhythm is all over if you can get that. Then go over to page 37, second line. There's your accented staccatos, wrist accent here. 1 and 2 and 2. 16th notes, 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1. I recommend on the third line last measure a 2/5. And that's a sforzando too. Sometimes they put a Z there and sometimes they don't. It's the same heavy bang though. Don't bang, but make it a musical bang if you're going to do that. Then takes us down to the last line. Here, 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2. The B comes on beat 2, so it's 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1 E and a 2, 1 and 2. Got a lot of sharps in that. C sharp, D sharp. They're saying 2/4, and I just stay there and use 3/5. It's up to you what you do. I just don't like moving my hand around too much. Then the last 2 measures, wrist staccato, very short. And then the last measure, it's still for the left hand. Starts out with chords. They're tied, so hang on, hold on to them. And then the third measure. Going on there with chords. The left hand's pretty quiet. All the goodies and stuff is in the right hand. Till you get over to page 37, second line. Now, they're accented staccatos, just like in the right hand. And then third measure, they're not accented anymore. They're just staccatos. Just a nice light wrist staccato will do. Next line, same thing. You can use 4th finger on the B if you want to, or 5th finger. It's up to you. And then if you use 4th, you can use third measure, the third line on the A sharp. You can use 4th finger there or 5th finger there. It's up to you which finger you use. Doesn't matter. And then when you go back to the next line, then it's back to 5th finger. we have this again. Last line, second measure, they're not staccatos. And then staccatos, next measure. And then staccatos, next measure. And then staccato in the last measure. I wonder if that's an error. I have to talk about that because there's different possibilities going on here. Let's look at that last measure. In the left hand, it's showing it as a staccato. You're already fortissimo. You're very loud. In the right hand, there's no staccato. I'm going to hold it down for a full count. That would be this. Now, question is it an error? Do they really want a staccato in the right hand? Or do they not want a staccato in the left hand? Or is it intentional because they know the piano? This is something about the instrument itself, and really tonality in a way. When you get down to the bottom, down here in these low notes, they tend to ring out longer. You can't really do a short staccato on them. Even with a good piano and the dampers and all, it still won't do it. They continue to ring out. Not like the high notes. You can get really short staccatos up there, but not down here. So what they may be wanting here is the staccato in the left hand, knowing the sound is going to continue on anyway. So the duh. So even with a staccato in the right hand or the left hand and a regular note in the left, both sounds, the sounds from both hands end about the same time. Isn't that weird? So that, maybe it's intentional. I don't know. But go ahead and do it the way it's written, because I don't know if it's an error or not. If you have a teacher, they'll tell you how they want you to do it. But I'm suggesting for the last measure, play a full quarter note in the right hand and a staccato in the left. Now, let's talk about a few more things here. Over on page 36, at the beginning, it says, very slowly, sad and melancholy. You're in a, oh my, bad day here. And we want to hear the melody in the right hand. That MP applies to the melodies. Keep the left hand really soft out of the way. 1 and 2. 2 and. A little louder here in the right. And then come down. Now you're soft. Stay soft. You're so sad and so melancholy, and it's just wonderful. And then the last two measures of that page, now you're loud, but you're still slow. You're just sad, loud. Loud, sad, whatever it is. You're sad, but you're loud about it. I don't know. Now, at page 37, you have that swell, so come down a little bit so you got room to get loud. So go. Now you're soft. You see on page 37 at the end of the first line, the double bars? Now that's a section break. So now we're going into a new section. Now it's very fast with fire and dash, whatever that is. Well, we can do the very fast. You're going to have to supply your own fire and dash. I don't do that. But the point is that all of a sudden it just takes off. It's and then the last two measures is presto. That is about as fast as you can go. I mean, that is really fast. It's just finish it. Like so. It ends with that. It's like boom. A lot of gypsy music, like Hungarian music dances, they'll go back and forth between slow and fast. This piece just ends it with fast, but if it kept going, then you'd probably go back into a slow section again. It may or may not be the same melody, but it would be slow. And then to go back and forth, then it would get... So this contrast is very important in this kind of music. It's really kind of neat. Now when you go fast there, you as I said before, you have your own speed limit. There's a limit to how fast you can go. Accuracy is more important than speed. So here, when you put the hands together on the second line of the page 37 here, keep it slow at first. already loud, so you don't have a lot of room to grow there. If you're going to want a crescendo there, you're going to have to come down a little bit and then crescendo. And then in the last line, look at this. That second measure is legato in both hands. And then it separates. And then you take off. Boom, boom, boom. Just like, whoa. Let's take it real slow, check notes and rhythms, and I'm not going to change speeds. We're going to do the whole thing at the same speed, and it's going to be really slow. And they'll give us 4 counts. It's a 2/4 time. So put your hands where they go. There we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 2 and 2 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 2 1 and 2 1 and 2 2 2